People, birds of a feather back in this boy. You caught me here with my hand back, passing the baton to myself. We're going to talk about the big game last night, Monday Night Football. Eagles get the big win over the Chiefs. Is it really revenge? Does it really mean as much? Stick around. We'll talk about it. Let's go.
What's up, my family? Listen, first-time listener, or you've been here the whole damn time. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, giddy up, let's go, no notes.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
What the hell was that?
Oh, yeah! What the f*** are you talking about?
What's up, party people? Like I said already, it's your boy OGP. We got PY down there. We got Jake down there. Chuck's over there. Happy Thanksgiving to all who celebrate. I don't know anybody who doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving. If you're in this country, it is what it is. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Be thankful for whatever you got. You know? But I'm thankful for something. I'm thankful for the win that the Eagles got yesterday. Revenging that. And we're brought to you today by Alonzi Travel. Specialized in creating the vacation of your dreams at Disney, Universal, wherever your heart calls you. Let the talented team of travel experts create a custom vacation for you. Once again, that's Alonzi Travel. Chuck's yours truly over here. And then the round mound of flat rebound. Andy Ritter from Indus Ray A2D is also a travel agent. But yeah, man, listen. Great win last night. Gritty win, resilient win, gutsy win. Tonight's kickoff statement, we're going to jump right into it and not pull any punches. The victory over the Chiefs last night was the most impressive Eagles win under the Sirianni era. Agree or disagree? I am going to go with who looks the most eager right now. Oh, he has the number one up, so I'm going to go right down here. Lead us off, sir.
So the most impressive, I would have to say so, just because like with everything going in, like the Chiefs are undefeated. Like they're phenomenal coming out of the bye. Andy's amazing out of the bye. Mahomes is ridiculous out of the bye. And you're just like everyone just wrote them off. Not to mention the fact that like you're coming off a bye yourself, so you could have been rusty. You know, you are finally healthy, which is fantastic. Ironically, Sirianni is undefeated after byes, which is probably a very smaller sample size, but still fun. But you know, like I think a lot of people kind of just wrote this off that it was going to be a loss. It was a scheduled loss, as we usually say with the Sixers. But like they did everything they could to come back in this game. Like it was middle of the third quarter. You're just like, this game is over. Like you're done, pack it up, go home, you know, look for the Bills. And they somehow came from behind. And now not only did they win, they let the Chiefs had 0 points in the second half. I think they outcoached them, like, which is something we couldn't have said in the Super Bowl. Like, I think it is the most impressive win because, like, to have a win like this at Arrowhead after a bye with everything that we've had, like injury-wise, especially the points we've given up to good teams, you're only giving up 17 points to the Chiefs is phenomenal. Like,
right. That
was probably the most impressive win of the season and probably of the Sirianni era, just because the coach you beat, the quarterback you beat, where you won it. Like, winning on the road is hard. Winning at Arrowhead on the road is damn near impossible.
I can attest to that. I'll go next here. Then we'll let this side of the screen fight it out. I agree, and I'll take it a step further. I think it's the most impressive regular season win, probably even of Doug Peterson's era. Obviously, I'm not talking about the Super Bowl. I said regular season.
You didn't really have one.
I think the last time they beat the Patriots, that game they beat the Patriots in New England, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't that under Chip Kelly?
2015, Sam
Chip
Bradford.
Kelly, yeah.
So that was under Chip Kelly. So I think it's the most impressive regular season win since that game. Defense, there's obviously drop balls, whatever. That's the game of football. It can go both ways. Obviously the game 9 months earlier, more of the bounces went Kansas City's way. I would much rather have won that game than this game. I'm just going to say that point blank, period.
I mean, everyone would say that.
Right. But the bounces last night went our way. Calls, couple questionable calls, but what was on the line to have that, they circled it on the calendar, the hype around the game, Super Bowl rematch, doesn't happen often, which I don't know why the NFL does that. I think it should happen more often than not, honestly, because it's going to be an instant crazy game, right? Because generally teams that play in the Super Bowl, whoever wins or loses, regardless, is not going to fall off that fast from where they were at before, right? So I definitely always think it's going to be an entertaining game. But there's much pressure as we put on ourselves. And you can kind of see it in the video where Nick is walking through the tunnel. Like, to release all that, to let all that go, because you can put so much pressure on yourself sometimes. When it comes time to pony up and it comes time to perform, you could come up a little short, right? That's not what happened. It happened in the first half, and there were some adjustments to be made. There's some comments already that I'm seeing that I want to kind of double back to.
I'm heated already. I'm already heated. So good.
as we go back around. So let's try to keep it to the kickoff statement, answer that, expand, and then we'll come back and we'll dive into it more. But I definitely agree. Like I said, I'll just take it a step further. I think it's the most impressive regular season win since the Eagles beat the Patriots in 2015. And that game we weren't supposed to win that game.
No.
And that was more of a surprise, probably catching the Patriots slacking a little bit, where last night everybody knew it was on the line. And honestly, with the way Detroit's playing, the way San Fran's playing, the way that Dallas is playing, yeah, we may be a game ahead of Detroit in the loss column, but we can't let up. We can't let up, because if we let up, the road to the Super Bowl doesn't come through the lane. So it's can't stop, won't stop. You can't, because you can find yourself being in a whole different position.
Jacob.
Just to kind of like build off of what everyone else said. Yeah, I mean, you have to agree. You're talking about the mystique of Andy Reid coming off a bye. Andy, I think I have it right here. He was 31-6 after the bye, including the postseason, which is ridiculous. And with Patrick Mahomes, last night's loss for the Chiefs, it was Patrick Mahomes' first loss in November or December at home in 5 years, which is insane. But and if you guys saw the video, I know I sent in the group chat, but for anyone else out there that saw Nick Sirianni's reaction at the end of the game as he was walking up the tunnel, it meant a lot to him.
Such a bro.
But you have to agree, just kind of based off what happened last year in the Super Bowl. And I know it's not like a quote unquote like actual revenge game because it wasn't a Super Bowl. We didn't win the championship yesterday, but given the circumstances, this was a tone setter for the rest of the season. This was like a real gut check game for a lot of the guys here, and a lot of the guys here were here last year also. But it goes to show it's any given Sunday, and whether you like it or not, the better team won yesterday. So, which I have no clue how, but I'm not going to complain. I'll take a win any way we can get it, whether it's pretty or a blowout. But
right.
Yeah, I have to agree. This is hands down the biggest win in Nick Sirianni's career so far.
I'm going to keep this really quick. You guys hit on a lot of great stuff. I agree to the poll. It's because, like, you think the bye week, Andy Reid is notorious for being almost perfect after the bye week in Kansas City. All right. And that hostile crowd. And that crowd, that stadium was loud. And even Jason Kelsey had said that they were having trouble adjusting to the crowd noise. That's part of what gave them trouble in the beginning. So that you talk about also historically, and there's not a lot of this is more of like a trend that, like, it doesn't mean too much or it doesn't impact the game itself too much. But I saw a graphic that had stat that it showed all the Super Bowl rematches over the past, I think in NFL Super Bowl era history, where the rematch between the two teams the following season, and almost every single time, I believe, or every time, the Super Bowl champion won. So this might be the first time where the loser won the rematch the following year. It's just and most importantly too, if you look at how it was even like midway through the third, it didn't look good. Like we were still down by 10. Offense couldn't do anything. One of the biggest things is that and we talked about it in the chat. It was so discouraging because we're supposed to be amazing in the trenches. That's supposed to be our forte.
Yeah,
and we were getting beat.
You were getting
on
gashed.
both sides of the ball in the trenches, and like when that's happening, you think it's just not our night. But somehow they pulled out a win because this is a perfect example of how this team just finds ways to win. We say it often, but like this is the prime example. This is the perfect example of that, because and Michael Tucker touches on here. He kind of scoffs at PY's comment that we outcoached them. I agree with Mike, because I think we were getting outcoached. I think we were getting the coaches on the other side. Spags had us. Like Spags really had our number.
Oh yeah.
But somehow we made plays down the stretch to win the game. And when they scored the go-ahead touchdown, it's just like, how are we winning? Because how is it possible that we're winning right now? The defense shut out the Kansas City Chiefs.
Bingo.
In the second half.
Yep.
They look at Travis Kelce's numbers. They weren't good. Travis Kelce did not play well.
I think he went just for like 43 yards.
He had 44 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, the touchdown wasn't. I mean, it wasn't anything special that he did on the touchdown. So it's like he didn't have a huge impact on the game. So it's crazy how right when things looked really bleak, they still somehow came out and made the plays to win the game. And that's what makes it so impressive. Everything going against them, all the stats and the trends, making it difficult. The pressure, like you said, Pete, of hey, there are 3 other teams in the NFC that are ready to pounce and take that number 1 seed if we let up during the next 5 games. And this is one that easily could have been a loss, but they snatched victory out of the jaws of defeat. So absolutely, I think this is definitely the most impressive.
And I think last night was a testament to 2 of the best coach teams in the game.
Yep.
Andy is probably arguably the best current coach right now. Not taking Belichick and he's not the same. So Andy has proven that time and time again. I also believe that in this game, coaching played a part, right? And I see a lot of comments about the coaching. I see Brinkman Sports House, check him out on Monday night with Brad and Doug. He made a comment, but that the jet sweep to get him going, it was a kick. The certain things, the third right after the interception, right after the fumble, the 3 and out, the 3rd and 20, the 3rd and 7 quarterback draw. Kelce misses a block on Chris Jones. I went back and I watched it.
Yeah.
If he hits that block, Jalen's off for at least 15 yards. So you have to execute, right? And like you said it very well, Chucks. In the trenches, we got beat, especially up the middle. On the edges, we did our thing, but both sides of the ball couldn't run the ball effectively up the middle. We were getting the ball ran on us effectively up the middle. So at some point, by the time you get to the third quarter, you get to that second half, coaching goes out the window, because at that point it's man on man, man beat man, and it's going to be key plays. And I would even say this is not to pile on people. I remember this with PY with the out coaching part. The coaching part was fine on the Kansas City side. They can't catch the ball.
No.
Yeah,
the plays were there to be made. They didn't execute. They didn't catch the ball. And this is I swear I said this last night to my boy while I was watching the game. Obviously, Mahomes is way better than McNabb. But I equate that the wide receiver skill set they have right now to what James Thrash and Todd Pinkston. Andy's trying to do it that way without having a true alpha as a wide receiver, and you can't do it.
Yeah.
Imagine if they instead of drafting Sky Moore, imagine you draft Nico Collins. Imagine you draft Tank Dell, somebody like that. You see what Houston's doing with the young. They tried to do this, and it's just not working. And then I just found this out.
They could have got Hopkins.
Right, they could have. I just found this out because I didn't know it until I watched the game last Thursday on Baltimore Ravens sideline. I'm like, is that fucking Greg Lewis? When did he leave Kansas City?
Yeah,
and I think he left when Bieniemy left. So that's also another thing as well. Pat Mahomes is still great. Creed Humphrey's great. Chris Jones is great. You play this game like that 10 more times, it probably goes 6-4 the Eagles' favor. You know what I mean? Because Jalen, if he has more time in the first half, he was running for his life. He was seeing ghosts. That bitch was Sam Darnold in the first half. He probably has time to see AJ has broken off that route and went up the field. That's 6 right there. You see what I'm saying? Pat Mahomes coming right back after that. He probably doesn't underthrow that ball to Watson. He probably leads into the corner so Bayer can't get that interception. They probably end up going blow for blow. But that's not what happened, right? So, and I'm just going to say, like, I don't know. We've been saying it for the last 8 weeks, 9 weeks. Eagles haven't played to their full potential. I don't know what the fucking full potential looks like because this team is completely different than last year and what they've been through and how they're handling adversity. Every time you have a zig to their zag, these bitches zig again. It almost was to the point I was like, yo, like they're real. Like I would say once we got the lead, I felt comfortable. And I even after we went 17, Jalen did the draw 17-4. Great play call by Brian Johnson. And that whole drive was sparked by a jet sweep. When's the last time you see the jet sweep to a running back?
Yeah.
So he's improvising. Here's the thing. Spag took chances. And in the Super Bowl, we didn't make him pay for those chances that he took.
Yep.
Last night, Brian Johnson made him pay for the chances that he took. And the biggest thing is, all credit goes to Sean Desai.
Yep.
Yeah. Jonathan Gannon was a defensive coordinator when we played the Chiefs in 2021 and 2022. Obviously, it was Patrick Mahomes. I think he had 105 starts, right? It was his third and sixth best performances. Last night, out of 105, Sean Desai and his scheme had him down to 100. Now, the drops helped, but Pat was off kilter. And I was like, can we have a 3-year younger Fletcher Cox, please? Because I was like, somebody got to catch this bitch from behind. I'm like, is he really this fast? It is what it is. But they got out of there with a win, and they still had their bellies still aren't full yet. Because you can't lack because now you got Josh Allen and them boys coming in this Sunday, right? So from this game in and of itself, you can play it 10 times over. I think either team can win 6 or 4. Happily, the win last night came in our favor, but I think the coaching sometimes, man got to beat man.
Yep.
And there was a lot of times last night when the execution wasn't there, the right play call was there, our man didn't beat their man. If I have one concern, it's that. Yeah. What attributed the O-line to that? And I understand that they said they probably sent Trent McDuffie. I felt like Trent McDuffie was blitzed a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can see Julio in the game, somebody shorthanded in the second half to get out some short routes. I feel like we need to incorporate some type of short routes, some type of hot routes where it's a slant over middle to try to alleviate that pressure off of that. You know what I mean? Yeah, but that's just my thoughts right now. Probably as we go back around again,
I take huge exception to Brinkman's comment here. This is typical overreactionary Eagles fan take when it comes to Brian Johnson. I mean, what are we going to ignore the past several weeks where Brian Johnson has been really, really good? Now, granted, it wasn't a perfect game for Brian Johnson. All right, it wasn't great. This was a huge test. This was a very, very difficult matchup. Like arguably the best defense the Eagles have played all season. So I'm not surprised that there were things that he may have struggled with, and it wasn't perfect. There were calls that I did not agree with, obviously. The back-to-back wide receiver screens backed up near your own end zone, that was one of them. But at the same time, like, stop overreacting. Like, Brinkman, Eagles fans all night, like, I keep seeing people say that Brian Johnson sucks, we should fire him. That's so overreactionary. Like, he's done a really good job in the past several weeks. Even if he took a little bit of a step back this week, he still has done an amazing job overall this season. And, I talked about it and I mentioned how the O-line, the trenches, we're just getting beat. That's not on Brian Johnson. That's on execution on the players. I bet you that if we had blocks set up better, if the pass pro was better, there were definitely shots to take downfield. Yep. Hurts just didn't have time to hit the shots because he was getting pressure. And when it came to the blocking, like, there were no holes to the interior, nothing in the middle. So, but if the blocking was better, I guarantee we could have got some runs. But that's why Brian Johnson made the adjustments to start tacking the edges, start getting to the outside, the jet sweep, the big jet sweep. DeAndre Swift had for that big gain, the huge run that was huge, and that was a great call by Brian Johnson. But does he not get credit there? So I think it's very overreactionary. It really is annoying how Eagles fans always do this. They always do this without looking at the big picture, looking into the details of what the OC is doing or what the coordinators are doing and what the coaches are doing. They always just want to blame or point fingers when it's misplaced. This is absolutely misplaced. So yeah, I take huge exception to Brinkman's comment.
Like, even
definitely a lot. Go ahead, PY.
Like, even if you don't love Brian Johnson, like, I haven't been his biggest fan for the year, but, like, you can't argue with the results. Like, he's top 10 in every offensive category. They're probably top 10 in red zone right now. They're averaging 30 points a game, and this is his first year as offensive coordinator. While we might not love everything, do you think I love 4 out of the 5 calls being a screen pass with Julio Jones? No, I don't. But you know what? At the end of the day, we're 9-1, and they're an elite offense because he's calling plays. Like, it's not always going to be perfect, but if you're 9-1 and your first thought is to fire the offensive coordinator, I can't. You don't have a can to piss in, my friend.
Yeah.
The I don't know, Jake. I don't know if you had any take on it.
Yeah, and I'm not even trying to defend Brian Johnson here, but just for, like, context, I was just curious to see what the Chiefs defense was giving up as far as, like, points in previous games. Us and the Lions have scored the most against the Chiefs. We're tied for, we each scored 21 against the Chiefs, and we both won. That's the most amount of points the Chiefs have given up this year. Actually, no, I'm sorry. It was against the Broncos, 24. I apologize. But then us and the Lions are number 2 with 21 points against the Chiefs. So, again, I get Brian Johnson wasn't great, and the players in general weren't great coming off a bye. And it happens, whatever. But it's no, like, if you look at what the defense has given up is for the Chiefs, that's impressive.
Anybody coming into that game last night who didn't know the Chiefs defense was top 5 and was posting in this chat tonight and expected to look like a fucking cakewalk, just leave.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm starting to get more and more pissed. Is because of the fact of I mean he that's cool. And we said regular season. I don't believe that, Angry Bear, because at some fucking point you have to have execution, right?
Yeah.
You tell me any other game this season through 10 outside of the Jets games, which we lost, where our O-line looked like that and Jalen was running for his life. Yeah. Now, maybe play call 5-7 step drops. I get it. But at some point, you got to beat your man, right? It's not as bad as you think. I will sit here and fucking tell you right now, 9-1 this year versus 9-1 last year with that soft dog shit schedule. I'd rather have this team headed into January because 100%. These motherfuckers know if they ain't got their A game, they can win with their B game. This team,
they're unstoppable. They're unstoppable.
Yeah. Like, it's not going to look like sunshines and roses. Like we sitting here focusing on the offense, on the top 5 defense, right? Mm-hmm. Putting up 21. They blanked the best quarterback in the league in the second half. 17. And this is coming off the Cowboys, how Dak Prescott carved y'all the hell up. And then on top of that, you throw a pick, they march all the way down the field, you get a pick back. Momentum swing right back.
Yep.
You get a fumble, you get a 3 and out, they hold. I think we're talking about the wrong things. Look at the defensive strides. I get everything about Brian Johnson, but guess what? You expect your $200 million now quarterback to take a step up. I'm expecting A.J. Brown to make plays. If I go on the last night before kickoff and I tell you A.J. Brown has 1 catch for 8 yards and we win the game. And we win the game, not only win it, but we win it from coming from behind down 10. You're going to look at me like I got 7 eyes. What are we talking about?
Right.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy how there's this negativity. I think it's he's a Niners, I think, reporter, I think Rob Stats Guerrera. He had said something, he had tweeted something along the lines of like, this is why I do not want to face the Eagles, because it doesn't matter if they're playing bad or poorly or not, and I'm paraphrasing this tweet. It doesn't matter how poorly they're playing, they have all the confidence in the world that they're going to win, and they often do. And so like that's something you can't, that confidence you can't teach. And again, this game was the perfect example of they always just find ways to win.
Yep.
Like, I don't care about style points anymore. Like, just figure out how to win. And this team is equipped to win in multiple ways because they're that talented.
Yeah.
Like, over the course of the season so far, we've had so many different topics and conversations about, hey, this game, defense isn't holding up, but the offense came through. This game, the offense was sloppy. Brian Johnson didn't have a good game, but the defense came through. Like, there's no one common theme throughout the whole season. Their identity has been different every week, but they're winning because they're just that damn good. Look at all the other teams in the league. They have an identity. If they win a certain way because that's just how it usually is. When your team reaches a point where you're winning multiple ways, that is scary. That's a sign of a great team. Yeah. And I love that about our team. We need to stop. We need to take a picture of a macro view of how this team just finds ways to win and appreciate that more than saying, "Oh, Brian Johnson sucks." Even though the offense is one of the top offenses in the league. Oh, Sean Desai, this defense, they're horrible. Like, even though this defense has had some pretty impressive performances, and our pass rush always seems to come away with the play at the end. Josh Sweat closed out 2 games in a row. Two games in a row, he's closed it out with a sack. Like, that is clutch. That is clutch performance from your defense. They come up like, I am not. How many times have we?
They deliver.
They deliver. How many times in the past have we had moments where the opposing offense gets the ball late, and we're all like clenching, holding on to our butts, and we're like, we don't have confidence.
We did it 2 weeks ago.
Right. So like, the defense is making stops when they have to. It's insane. So, and remember, what did I say the beginning of the year in the preseason? I said this defense might statistically not be the same as last year. They might, even though the sacks are right. So, but I said they might not reach the same level of production from a sack standpoint. The numbers might not be there. However, when you look at the defense and being able to make certain stops when they need to, I think this defense can be better.
Thanksgiving, Arlene.
Yeah, I think this defense can be better than what it was last year because I think Sean Desai will make adjustments and do things where the defense, will do things where the defense will be able to come up when you need them to, unlike how the defense was last year.
I'm gonna go down a limb real quick before you go, PY, because I'm seeing the comments, and I seen Greg. You read to the poll, whatever. Listen. This is the best. This is the best win in Sirianni's career, in the regular season or postseason. And the reason why I said it is because if you look at the road to the postseason last year, it was to a soft-ass Giants team that you beat, and you knocked out Brock Purdy. You're supposed to win those games. This game last night was not supposed to be there for you for the taking. It was in Arrowhead. It was against defending champions. It was against the best player in football, Patrick Mahomes, right? And you came out of there and you got it done. Like, the more and more I sit here and I think about it, I don't know the last time an Eagles team has done that.
Yep.
Like, and here's the other thing. This God, my thought came back to me. People who want this shit to look like last year. Not only when I said it earlier, give me this team versus last year team.
All
Even
day.
if the result is the same.
Great segue, by the way.
Not only is the division tougher because the Dak is playing like that. Ain't no Cooper Rush this year. Brock Purdy and San Fran is healthy. And by the way, you got a Detroit Lions team. Yeah, let's go look at the 2 seed last year. It was the Minnesota Viking team that lost to the New York Giants. That had what? They were 7-1 in one score games.
Yeah.
That's just not happening. Overall, between your schedule, the competition, and what you are doing, this team, resiliency-wise, when shit doesn't go right, blows last year's team out the water.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't think I'm at me OGP on Twitter, you can put in the comments, you can put in the chat. I don't know what stuck up aristocrat fucking lens people are looking at this shit from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's a great segue to what I was thinking of, because I hear all year, we're just not as good as last year. It's a different feeling than last year. Let's look through the first 10 games, shall we? They barely beat the Lions. Their signature wins against the freaking Vikings. You beat the Commanders. Commanders suck. You were down to the freaking Jaguars and you came back from behind. Great. You barely beat the freaking Cardinals. You beat Cooper freaking Rush. You killed the Steelers. You killed the Texans, Commanders, and you had to come back from behind against the freaking Colts. I'm sorry. You're looking at that schedule and you're like, oh man, that team's a Super Bowl team. Whereas this team has beat a winning Vikings team, has beaten the Cowboys, has beaten the Chiefs, has beaten the Dolphins. Those are signature wins. Those are Super Bowl winning wins. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Not to mention the fact that this whole new team, new coordinators, new linebackers, new safeties, new guard. Half your team has been hurt on injuries. Your nickel corner's been out. You've had your starting safeties be out. Like, everything has not gone right this year. Everything went right last year health-wise, and you still had that cupcake schedule that you had a little trouble with to start. We have none of that this year. And you know what? We're kicking ass and taking names. It's not perfect. You might not have the Elliott Shore Park style points, but you know what? You're getting shit done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the big thing is, too, I have like 2 points just real quick. And I've said it the past couple months. This team goes as Jalen Hurts goes. Plain and simple. Whatever. It doesn't matter if you're talking about the greatest show on turf, whatever it might be. You can have the odds like insurmountable. Like, oh, there's no chance the Eagles are winning. As long as you have number one on the field, you're going to be in every game. Plain and simple. As long as Jalen Hurts is on the field, you're going to be in every game. And real quick, there was a stat I did remember that they put up last night on ESPN, and I don't know why no one's talking about it. There's only been 3 teams. Keep in mind, there's only been 3 teams to go 9-1 in the 2 consecutive seasons. The late 90s Broncos, the mid 2000s Colts, and now the Eagles.
Yep.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
And it's like you want this adversity, like everything you just said. Health was in your favor last year. Schedule was in your favor last year.
Yep.
But more importantly, that the competition just wasn't there. You weren't looking across and saying like, "Hey, like this team here, this team." Purdy just came out of nowhere. They was just rolling. Their schedule was easier last year. You're doing this against the top of the top in this league. I'm watching the game. Sixers may lose. It's overtime.
Why are they always losing on Tuesday night?
Well, this is the playing tournament. This is the in-season tournament. So, but no, they were down like 12, and I was shocked when I think Martian said that they're gonna go to the thing. So, but real quick before we even jump into any more, we're gonna go ahead and pay some bills real quick, and we'll be right back.
Hold on a minute. Let me find them before.
Well, hey, PY, do your jingle.
After these messages.
After these messages.
Royal Billiard and Recreation, proudly celebrating 40 years and our new, bigger showroom.
Twice the size and twice the fun.
More pool tables by Olhausen. More dartboard sets, including custom reclaimed backboards. More bar and kitchen stools that can change a room.
And more bars, including pre-built and custom.
Hot tubs, skee ball, shuffleboard, outdoor, and fun. Royal Billiard and Recreation, your ultimate game room store. Now located on Bethlehem Pike in Colmar.
In our family, food is our daily bond. My nonna, affectionately called Mama by many, found solace and joy in the kitchen, sharing her love through delicious creations. She turned her culinary passion into a flourishing business alongside her husband and sons in 1983. Celebrating 40 years is a testament to our exceptional team, friends, family, and beloved customers. With gratitude, we look forward to the future, expanding our brand to share the highest quality Italian food and wine nationwide. Our heartfelt thanks to everyone who has played a part in our story. Grazie mille.
Hats.com is the premier destination for quality and fashion-forward hats and more, with designs for every style and trend. Locally based and run by Philly sports team fanatics, Hats.com can help you elevate your hat John. Utilize the easy-to-use guides at Hats.com to find your perfect size and style, and shipping and returns are free. Hats.com. Find yourself in a hat. Use code Philly for 15% off your order. Hats.com.
Hats.com, Carlinos, all the beautiful sponsors, including Royal Billiards. Go make sure you check them out if you're in the area. Show some support. Tell them A2D sent you. Once again, Philly code for 50% off your order at Hats.com. Get your nice little fedora, boy. May go clean. This is one thing I can say. When it get cold outside, I'm not the biggest fan of the weather. My knees don't like it. My joints don't like it. This is when you can put the layers on. This is how you can tell the people who can dress and who just rely on other shit, t-shirt and flip-flops and shit. They can't really put an ensemble together, right?
Real quick, Martian Lynch did ask the question where he said, Kuya Chucks, I can't believe he called me Kuya. Kuya Chucks, what does your shirt say? It says, Swift is Swift.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm sorry, why did he call you Kuya?
You don't win that game without him last night.
So
Right.
Kuya is a Filipino term for like older brother. Like your
Okay. Yeah, I mean, but we don't win that game without Swift last night, man. It's
best player on offense.
Yeah,
best player on offense was Swift.
Whoa. I say Smith.
No,
Last night? No.
That's Swift. It was Swift.
Yeah.
Swift multiple big plays. Runs and
out of the
run after
backfield,
catches, out of the everything. And it was multiple times where and it wasn't just on the blocking. Like obviously the blocking was great. Like the one run with Kelsey pulled. Oh my god, classic Kelsey. But like him just creating in space. Like how many times was he at the second level and you saw him just be elusive and make defenders miss, break tackles, like multiple times. It's unbelievable. I think he had, was it the one spin move? I forget who it was. Oh, it was nasty. So yeah, it was no disrespect to Devontae, but Swift was the best player on the offense on the team last night.
I mean, just to expound on that, from the aggressiveness of Spags' defense, who's definitely in his bag right now, like Swift had to make something out of nothing, man. It's just, that's it. It's gutsy, bro. It's I can't stress enough the resiliency of this team to know, let us stay close. I mean, last night they actually won the turnover battle, I think 2-1, because Jalen recovered his own fumble. So, I mean, like you're 9-1 and you lost the turnover battle in multiple games this year. And the one game you did lose and you had 5 turnovers, it took that 5th one to put the game out of reach. Yeah. So it's like this team has shown me enough. Jalen being banged up. I'll even say this. Jalen, I don't know who the fuck was on the interior line outside of Creed Humphrey for the Chiefs, but Jalen Carter getting double, triple team. Some plays where he was single block, he was holding, like, it was just tough, man. It's just you go back and watch this 20. It's just two really good football teams going at each other, and we just came out on the right side. You could flip a coin.
Yeah,
really, you literally could flip a coin, and it's just like I said, literally that pad, that play calling sheet you had by the third quarter, throw that shit out the fucking window, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything. You couldn't do everything. We had an answer for what they did in the first half. We had an answer on both sides of the ball. And honestly, I mean, let's not we sit here and talk about Justin Watson, right? We talk about Montez Valdez-Scantling. Kelsey dropped a couple balls last night.
Yeah.
Sixers lost. I don't know what this means for the in-season tournament.
Oh.
They lost to the Pacers. They lost to the Cavs.
The Cavs, yeah.
So I think they're because it's 5 teams. So I think they 2-2.
I think I have no idea
because they beat the Pacers too, and then they also beat the Hawks. So it's Pacers, Hawks, Cavs, Sixers, whatever. I don't know. So it's a money. I like it, but the courts are horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so bad.
The hardwood.
I like
At least
them.
the Sixers ones are.
Dude,
I like them, yo. It's
I don't
because
like.
it's
I don't
because it
hate
gives
them
it
as much.
It gives them it gives it like a fun like arcadey like tone. You know what I mean? Like it's like what you see on NBA Jam or like you see like an arcade game, and it's just like because the in-season tournament is supposed to be just be like a fun addition, like a fun twist to the regular season. And I think like it looks silly at times, but like I think it looks silly in a cool way. It's just like might as well. You're trying this new thing. Might as well just get the attention, go all out, like make it look all funky, make it all different colors and everything. I think it's cool because it just draws like more attention, and it just looks pretty neat to me. Like I wouldn't want those. I obviously wouldn't want those courts for like playoff meaningful games. Obviously not. But if you're playing a freaking in-season tournament, like might as well go ahead.
Yeah,
just
whatever.
Go
The
ahead.
Pacers just beat the Hawks 157-152.
Good Lord.
What?
What is defense?
What is no defense? Tell me
what is defense?
The NBA has no defense without telling me the NBA has no defense. Anything else to put a bow on this game? Lead us into week 11.
I know. So Burkowski says Kelsey had a terrible game, 2 drops on the phone in the red zone. He helped us for sure. And then I want to go back to Philly Sports with Big. He says, focus on the Chiefs a little bit. Is Travis hurt because he looked like a shell of himself? I get he was getting triple team, but still, I think this is a theme that we have, like, not a lot of people have been discussing, but it's kind of been talked about more and more. I don't think, and Kelsey even admitted, Kelsey's not the same. Like,
no,
he doesn't seem to be moving the same. Now, is he hurt? Does he have some type of undisclosed injury?
Probably.
You know what I mean? Like, maybe, but as of right now, he looks old. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's not to say
his ankle's been bothering him all season.
Yeah, and it's not to say that he's still not the best tight end in the league. Like, he still is, but it's not. He's not catching balls deep down the seam anymore. He's not able to get downfield. Everything is short. You know what I mean? So he doesn't look the same. And he talked about, I think before the game yesterday, he talked about how he planned his retirement.
Can you recall him mentioning that before?
No.
It was weird too, because I think if I remember correctly, I think the article came out like a couple hours before the game even started. Mm-hmm. So I just find the timing of it like very interesting.
Very odd, right? I mean, it makes sense. If you think about the tight end position outside of a lineman or a running back, they're either blocking or always somebody, and they have to do so much. Mm-hmm. And here, once again, Travis Kelce won't get that Super Bowl ring back for nothing, right? But you can't tell me that the day that Tyreek Hill was traded, that he was happy, because at that point he knew
it was all him.
Be on him.
Yep.
More was going to be on him, and he had to put more of his body even now into. And to be honest with you, with the way the Kelce brothers right now, what it looks like the opportunities they have off the field, it may not be a better time than now.
I agree.
Yeah.
Also,
and then go marry Taylor Swift.
You're dating like the world's biggest superstar. What would you rather be doing? Would you rather be like hurting yourself, like playing every week, or are you just front row every week watching your girlfriend perform in like countries all around the world.
And setting up networking, making relationships, building rapport.
Oh, she's teaching him shit. You just know that.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? It's and I mean, I'm pretty sure as much as she is what she is, there's things that she could learn from Trav too, because he got natural charisma.
Yeah.
Just
he's just naturally,
this natural oozes charisma, right? But I definitely think it's, I mean, at this point, definitely probably a little banged up. Definitely. I mean, you can tell he's 34, bro. Like,
right.
He says it. He says that like all the injuries, he feels every single surgery he's had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He feels it. He doesn't. It's never gone away. He knows it. And like, he talked about it, and I think it was an article, right, Jake?
Yeah.
So like he talks about how he's just always in pain. He doesn't know if he wants to keep doing it. I don't blame him. I mean, hey, you walk away from the game after this year, you've got nothing left to prove. You've
first
got
multiple Hall of Famer.
First ballot Hall of Famer, arguably the greatest tight end in history
ever. Yeah.
So I don't blame him. He's got nothing else to prove. If you're not the same and it's not in your desire to do it, then hey, walk away with your head up high and at the top of your game and do it. Like
he did, and that's a good point, Angry Bear. I think he did. Didn't he miss a game? He missed the first game ever in his career.
Yeah, he missed week 1, I think, if I remember correctly.
Or
week 2.
But he either go that route or he has to go to Brett Veach and he has to go to Andy and I'm pretty sure Pat vouch for him. Like, yo, like I can't. If you want me at this level that I used to perform, I need help. Yeah. Like we need somebody else to be able to take the triple or double team away. If that's going to trade for Devontae Adams, cool. If Minnesota wants to just fucking rebuild and you want to go give up 3 number 1s for Justin Jefferson, by all means. But here's the thing: this is where Andy probably just won't do it.
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't see it. But I'm not.
I mean,
I won't say as long as you got Mahomes, the window's not going to close. You feel what I'm saying? If he's playing at that level, and the lines and both offensive and defensive lines there, the defense looks like it's going to be carrying it for a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's like they have other choices, but leads me right into week 11, right? We had Joe Burrow out for the season, right? Lamar and the Ravens still chugging along. Gus Bus still chugging along. Detroit coming back. Chicago put up a hell of a game. Now it's Seattle, and the Seattle Russ is he back? Because now the Denver Broncos are only 1 game behind Kansas City now. They're sitting at 6-4, and now 6-4 heading into the bye week, and now Kansas City is 7-4. So where are we at? Right? What do you want to talk about week 11? We all saw Tom Brady's minute epilogue with Stephen A. Smith show talking about the NFL it's mediocrity. It could be from the coaching, from the execution. A lot of bad habits are allowing to be developed. Where are we at with the state of the NFL? What surprised you? What shocked you this past week in week 11 of the NFL season?
Well, but real quick, I forgot one thing. I do want to give a shout out. I want to mention the two newest additions to the Eagles defense. Both came up big.
Both contributed. Yep.
Amazing stuff.
Hopefully there's a third coming. Hopefully there's a third and a fourth.
Let's see.
Because there's somebody else out there I want outside.
I know you're talking about Akeem Hicks.
Out of him too. There's somebody else out.
But yeah, I mean,
he doesn't pass. I don't think any team claims him. That's where I'm going with.
Yeah,
right now.
The only issue is if he gets claimed off of waivers, you still have to honor his contract.
No, I know, but that's exactly why nobody is going to claim him.
I think the report said that he's expected to clear.
So
yeah, I just want to give shout out to Bayard because like when Bayard gave up that touchdown, everyone's like, even I said like, I don't know, do we have to start getting worried a little bit?
Right.
But he came back and he bounced back and
then he made Travis Kelce his bitch.
Big time.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, and I said yesterday, like he's the X factor. Because if he can lock down, but like if he can like contain Travis Kelce, that's a huge thing.
What did I say coming out of the bye? Everyone getting time to play with each other,
Yeah.
You're not playing with like Josh Jobe and freaking Eli Ricks, which I love both, but like it's not killing you. Like
Jobe had and incredible play on special.
That tackle was huge.
That was a great tackle.
Especially when Tony was looking like Barry Sanders all night, and then he makes that tackle. Oh, that huge.
And I think that's why Tony didn't fair catch that, because he had been beating the first man all night.
Oh, good. Absolutely. So just big ups to Byard and Roby. Like we talked about it. It was so weird, like having to rely and depend on the return of a free agent slot corner that we signed mid-season, and we're just like, I was like, is it? Are we overreacting? I was like, are we overreacting? Like, is he going to really make that big of a difference? And he did. That forced fumble was huge.
Yeah,
Travis Kelce, that's a vet.
He's played 2 games, and in those 2 games, he's been extremely impactful.
He's been a big contributor.
Yeah. So big ups to them. I wanted to give them a shout out.
So why is it? This is an interesting question. Why isn't Akeem Hicks time right now?
Who?
Akeem Hicks.
I think he's just waiting.
Oh, okay.
That's the other person.
Yeah,
I think if you get through I honestly can believe this. If you win Sunday, I think either Akeem Hicks and or Darius Leonard is on this team going into that San Fran game.
I'd be fine with both. I would be a very happy camper.
I'll take both. I'll gladly take both.
Of course, bro, because it's like if you can do that and you can just accentuate your pass rush, it's you added more tools. And because I don't know what's going on with Jordan Davis. I think the hamstring is hampering him more.
It's still bothering him, yeah.
I mean, it's a soft tissue, right? So I think bringing in Akeem Hicks is probably, honestly, more important than bringing in Shaq Leonard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I would agree with that. I would absolutely agree with
both, but just imagine Akeem Hicks and Fletcher Cox, Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick. That shit down 4.
You're good.
I would, because I also think that Akeem Hicks right now still has more left in the tank than Shaq Leonard.
I mean, and that's the other thing too. We saw the 2-minute video. It's Shaq still wants to play, but he got outplayed.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the best linebackers overall in the league.
Yep.
3 seasons ago, to the point where he got a contract extension almost $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm not taking it. It would help. He as soon as it walks through the door.
Oh, he'd help. Yeah,
that's the best linebacker on the team, right? So, you just got, if you're gonna load up.
Right.
If you're gonna buy, this is not no dream team shit, because your core is homegrown guys, pretty much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Exactly.
If you look at your offensive line, all drafted by you, no free agents.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you built it. I'm gonna say the right way. You built it the way that people can pout. Like, they can take it in, right? So
Chris Kaufman asked, does he clear his waiver? He'll clear.
Yeah, he'll clear.
If he doesn't clear waivers, I am shocked, and he would probably be pissed.
He would be
100%.
He would. If you have somebody that's claiming him, and it's not where he wants to go, that's the whole purpose of being mutual release, because you want to have some say so of where you go.
He's going to be a free agent. I just can't see anyone saying, for a rental this year we'll pay the 6.5.
I can, and then and I don't think Jerry's World has the luster that it once had, because they don't sign big name free agents because they don't want to go there.
Right.
Even the homegrown guys leave. Byron Jones left.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Like they just, it is what I mean. I can see him going. Maybe, I don't know. The Ravens definitely don't fucking need him.
No,
he was close with Sirianni.
Yeah, he stuck up for Sirianni.
I keep forgetting.
That is true.
I wouldn't even draw that.
That is true.
Great fucking pool, PY.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, somebody pulled up a tweet from I think a year ago where he's just talking about how great Nick was and how much he loved.
It was after. Sorry to cut you off. It was after the introductory press conference when there was all this media backlash and people making fun of Sirianni, and I forget who it was had posted the clip of Sirianni in a players meeting speaking and was defending him, and then Shaq Leonard replied to that post, to that tweet.
I do remember that.
Came into his defense. So it was Sirianni.
I have the tweet on my phone.
Yeah.
It's funny that people are trying to clown him, man. Everyone isn't a great media person or talking in front of people. He's a good coach, and I can't wait to see that team go to work. People always got something to say outside looking in. I bet the cameras on them, they'd fold. Sounds like someone who loves Nick Sirianni to me.
Yeah.
He does. Yeah, he does. So
fits right in with the culture too.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here. All right, so before we get to what,
why you gotta say it like that? You love it.
I want to go. I'm going to give you my biggest surprise of this week and my biggest disappointment. My biggest surprise is the Cleveland Browns just still trucking along.
Yep.
And by the end of his career, well, I will say it right now. I don't care. Myles Garrett is better than anybody with the last name Watt in the bloodline.
Yes, it's not even a question.
I'm just going to say that. Like, I don't know why it's not being talked about enough.
Because he's
already at like 86 or 87 career sacks already.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I mean? And they keep trucking along with that defense.
Franchise sack leader.
Yes. I mean, and then they did bring in Joe Flacco, but it is what it is. DTR. Yeah. Cool. I don't know why they skipped PJ, but it is what it is. But
sucks.
Baltimore,
PJ,
they got the split with Baltimore. And then do they have the head-to-head over Cincinnati already? Or have they not played them yet?
I think they only played them once.
No, they played them once and they beat them. They'll probably beat them again because they play in the last game of the year.
Yeah, right.
Their schedule is favorable. But biggest disappointment. Listen, this is going to make Chuck's upset. You know where I'm going. What the hell, Pete Carroll? I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are we running the ball with four?
I think so. So to answer that, there was a communication issue with the headset. Okay. So Gino audibled and to what he thought was the best way to get them a few more positive yards. Mm. So that was on Gino because there was a.
I mean, it's a divisional game, so you can never know. But
he got hurt. It sucks because like
is it Walker an oblique?
Or is Walker hurt in the very beginning with an oblique, and he said it's not going on IR, but like it's still he probably won't play this week against San Fran, which is a huge loss. I think without Walker, I think they lose. It sucks because Gino left the game and Drew Lock had to come in for I think 3 possessions.
Mm-hmm.
And just couldn't do anything, and I think that's what the game was. Like I know that he marched down the field. Gino marched down the field at the end because he came back for the last drive to march down the field, and they had that chance. Yeah, they almost did it, but it wouldn't have come to that if Gino was able to play at least one in the series. It's unfortunate, but it is a huge loss because with them getting swept by the Rams, their division record against them takes
they needed Thursday.
And they needed that.
They did.
And now, like they relinquish the top seed in the division, and now they face the Niners. Now they do have 2 games against the Niners, so it's not over, but it's now more difficult than what it could have been. And
they have them this Thursday, Thanksgiving in Seattle, right?
I don't know. I don't know where it's at. Okay, yeah, I don't know where it's at.
Go Commanders.
No. Listen, Ron Rivera should have been fired.
He should be.
Sunday.
Don't you disrespect Tommy Meatballs like that,
bro? Listen,
go Commanders.
How do you look that inept against the Giants?
I have no idea.
But you put up 31 points against the Eagles twice.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta remember, he went to a Super Bowl like 40 years ago. He's still good.
No. It's in Seattle. It's in Seattle. Is the Bengals window closed?
Yes.
For this year?
No. For I think they're done.
Like, yeah, because you have to pay.
Oh, for forever?
Yeah. I mean, I think for this year, for next year, yes. Because T. Higgins isn't coming back.
No.
He's going to get paid.
Jamar has to get paid.
I don't know, guys. I think that's a little overreactionary. Similar to Mahomes,
maybe a prisoner at the moment.
Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not on that level, but like Joe Burrow is the second.
Yeah, but like
best quarterback.
Mahomes won before he got paid. Like that's the way you can look at it.
But
like,
no, but I'm looking at the fact that Joe Burrow is still arguably the second best quarterback in the game. As long as you have Joe Burrow, you have a win. That is your window. Is Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, yeah, they might lose T. Higgins, but who's to say that they won't draft well and won't restock? Like, this year might not be the year. Maybe next year they still aren't, like, an elite team, but I'm not going to say that, like, the window's absolutely closed. Like, I think that's overreactionary. Joe Burrow is still what? How old is he?
27.
In actual years or stat years?
Yeah, so
like
27, I think. He's still young. I'm not gonna say
he's like Andrew Luck
done.
years. The way they've been hitting him.
Yeah, but he's still
That
coming
means
back.
Sam Howell retire after the end of this year because they'd be fucking him up.
He has more. He actually has more sacks than Luck, which is insane.
He's seeing David Carr cop talk.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying, PY, and the fact that, like, yeah, he's taking a beating and the injuries, and yeah, like I think we talked about it, like, he's had 2 now season-ending injuries, which is concerning. Yeah. But I'm also not going to say, oh, he's done. Like, I'm not gonna go that far and say, like, oh, the Bengals are done, Joe's done, he's never gonna be the same. Like, he's still Joe Burrow. Like, he's Joe freaking Burrow. He's in his prime. Yeah. And unless if you tell me that he will, like, the injury he suffered will cause him to never be the same again, which is not going to happen because all it is a wrist. Ligament damage in his wrist. Like, I'm not going to go and jump to the conclusion that he's done.
If you give him an actual, like, legit offensive line, he'll be fine.
Yeah, I think he can make it work, and that's kind of like. So Higgins was a 2nd-round pick, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So he doesn't have the 5th-year option. This is his.
No, he doesn't have the.
So he's either franchise tag or he's an unrestricted free agent.
Correct.
And then now you have Jamar, who you pick up the 5th-year option on.
Mm-hmm.
You're not probably going to let him hit free agency at all.
Yeah.
So
yeah, T. Higgins will be gone. He most likely will be gone.
Yeah, because you have to pay Jamar.
I'm telling you. And honestly, what team? Remember, I said it a couple of weeks ago in our group chat. I said Ayuk and or Higgins will be a Texan, right?
Yeah.
They don't need him.
No.
They don't need him. They don't need him.
He's so good.
One of them is going to Atlanta if they're smart.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, it depends. Is Arthur Smith going to be there? Because if Arthur Smith is going to be there, it doesn't matter who's there.
Yeah, they're not going to be used. They're not going to be used at all.
The Falcons could have Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase,
better.
and Devontae Adams as their top 3. They could have prime Mark Andrews at their tight end, and he's still Arthur Smith.
Like, before we get to PY's 5,
Arthur
I just
Smith
thought about this.
do it.
I just thought about this. Kelsey retires.
Mm-hmm.
What is Andy going to do? He's going to go trade for Kyle Pitts, and then I
would love that.
I like that.
That is a move that they would do.
So that's fun for 2 reasons. A, if Kyle Pitts is unlocked, he's a god. But then if he doesn't do anything, then he's Jesus, best tight end, all that nonsense can stop too.
Yeah, but
if
anyone can figure it out, it's Andy. Andy can figure him out.
Yeah. All right, like, hold on. Biggest, because did we all do biggest surprise and biggest?
Biggest surprise and biggest disappointment.
Biggest surprise, I'll have to do the Giants over Washington. That was a big surprise.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that was my biggest surprise too.
I'm not surprised because the Giants always seem to beat Washington.
And biggest disappointment, even though I can't really say it's a disappointment because it's the Chargers, but the Chargers just yeah, exactly. The Chargers will Charger. So
Quentin Johnston.
Ugh.
We said it.
That was his problem at TCU, bro.
We all said who should they have taken?
Zay Flowers.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't have to give close to that for college.
No, this isn't for us. We're talking about from the Kansas City perspective. If I'm Kansas City, I'm giving up at least. I'll give up for one because you're gonna be picking the bottom. You know what he means to you.
Arthur Smith views Jonnu Smith as the tight end one there anyway. So
he's very good. So much.
Is that your Yoda speak? I have no idea, Ted.
Yeah,
I have no.
He's gonna get fired. He's not gonna. He's
a lovely alabaster skin.
He's gonna get fired.
It's done. Fire Anthony Lynn, bro.
Yeah. Biggest disappointment. My biggest disappointment was the injuries. This week it felt like my God, major injuries. Mark Andrews done for this season. Joe Burrow done for this season. Kenneth Walker getting hurt. Geno Smith getting hurt. Cooper Kupp getting hurt. Like I go on and on and on. Like all the injuries, huge disappointment.
Mark Andrews.
Sounds like everybody that's on a fantasy team of his.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, my one fantasy team, I had those guys. I had Joe Burrow starting. I had Mark Andrews starting, who I just traded for. And then
you get a resource.
Kenneth Walker was my starting running back, of course, and he got hurt. And then Geno Smith, he was on my bench because he's my backup tight end. But when he got hurt, I was like, I swear, if this is a long-term injury, I'm going to throw something. But luckily, it wasn't. But yeah, but all the injuries is a huge disappointment. But my biggest surprise from I'm going to cheat a little bit because it's technically not week 11. But my biggest surprise this week, Matt Canada's gone, guys.
Okay.
Out of nowhere. Oh my God, I am so happy.
And it goes to show too, because the Steelers are not an organization that does that. That'll fire a coach.
In their history.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They've always shown to stick it out for guys, no matter how bad it looks. And for Matt Canada to be fired by the Steelers midseason,
my top pick.
That's bad.
Yeah, I'm so glad he's gone. George Pickens is about to go off.
I don't think
that offense is. Of course, you don't think so. You think everyone good is bad.
No, I don't think George Pickens is bad. I think Kenny Pickett is bad.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It doesn't matter who's calling plays. If Pickens is making the decisions,
right,
it's still not going to be good. They're the worst. What are they? 6-3.
Yeah,
they're the worst. The Steelers are 6-3.
Somehow,
are the Steelers 6-3?
Yes, somehow
they're gonna win. They're gonna win over 10 games this year.
This is a question to ask every week.
It's the power of Mike Tomlin. It just happens.
I thought they were 5-4 or something.
No, the Steelers just win. 6-4. In spite of everything, the Steelers
6-4. They're 6-4. Okay,
so
that's insane.
So my biggest, I think the biggest surprise is that Tommy Meatballs won.
Tommy Meatballs.
But I think my biggest disappointment is that the Bears choked it out. You had it. You had your division rival.
They had it, yeah.
This could have been a really big win for Justin Fields, a big win for the Bears. Something positive to build on, and in usual Bears fashion.
And I will give PY credit for this. I remember in the offseason we were saying, hey, they're spending all this money, and really wasn't the offense that cost them the game. It was something went off, and Dan Campbell and Jared Goff. And
it was for the Bears because I rewatched the game to make sure I got a snap. Like Justin Fields played well. I think he had over 100 yards on the ground, and he had over 100. His QB rating was really good, so he played well. It was that last possession they had. It drove me crazy because you throw. I think was it the last possession? I forget which possession. It might have been the last possession, but the deep ball on third down. Mm-hmm. Yo, Tyler Scott, I know you're a rookie. But your job is to be the deep threat.
Right.
You are. I'm sure you are taught this all the time. Okay, I'm sure you're taught this all the time. When you're running a go route, why in the world are you stopping? Why are you slowing down? I watched that live and I'm like, he's slowing down. Is it underthrown? But no, he sped back up and then it was overthrown. And I'm like, what are you doing? That was a dime.
He probably lost track of the ball.
Down. But he probably lost track of the ball, but you're coached to just keep
run. Yeah.
Just don't slow down. You go, and then when you track the ball.
I can see me now. If I was a coach, probably listen, when you get the 9 route, you get a man beat. I don't care what the name back your jersey is. Your last name is Gump, bitch. Just keep running.
Keep running. Oh my God.
Keep running.
If he just kept on running, he would have had that catch, and Bears probably would have won.
That's the Bears' whole mantra this year. If.
Yeah, it's crazy.
If this happened, if that happened, if we didn't do this, if we did that instead.
The Bears.
And here's my thing: I will put a PSA out there to all GMs, to all owners. Listen, do not hire defensive-minded head coaches.
Yes.
It is not going to pay now.
Unless you know they are
right
top tier leaders.
Top tier elite, and they're going to have an offensive coordinator who matches that level.
Exactly. Because look at DeMeco Ryan.
Especially if you're picking in the top 5.
Yeah.
Because you're going to
I've never understood it. I've never understood. All right, we need a high-fire offense. We need a franchise rookie quarterback. Hey, defensive line coach, would you like to be our new head coach?
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Yep.
Makes no sense, bro. Like, and that's why with Bryce Young, I don't know. I know they got Ike Ekwonu there. I don't know the rest of the offensive line. The jury's still out to see where he'll be at, but they probably should have drafted C.J. Stroud. I think C.J. Stroud would have still been what he would have been, but being there in Houston, he's in a perfect ideal situation. I will say this, though. This is something I never thought I would say. Ryan Leaf is not the worst bust quarterback ever now. I will say that.
I thought Jamarcus Russell was.
Jamarcus Russell was pretty bad.
I don't even think Jamarcus Russell is.
So I will always say it's Jamarcus.
Who is Daniel Jones?
No. I'm fucking arm talent out of this world. I don't know why young Vader can't get right. I don't know. I want him to be able to get a change of scenery, and the Jets deserve everything that's happening to them because you move on to Tim Boyle, you have Trevor Siemian. Honestly, Zach Wilson shouldn't even been on the roster this year.
Mm-hmm. They gave him 31 starts. They were talking about that on the morning show this morning. Ryan Leaf got like 21.
Yeah.
And Ryan Leaf is viewed to be one of the worst starting quarterbacks ever. I don't even think Jamarcus Russell got that many.
It's a shame because
I don't I kind of feel bad for the kid because I'm like, bro, like he's right. You shouldn't be on this roster.
No.
Yeah.
If you have no intentions on playing,
he started like the second they asked him, you think you did enough to help your defense? He's like, no.
Like, think about this. Like, and I was Shio Kapadia from the Philly, the Ringer Philly special pod. He brought this up. Like, they got Aaron Rodgers because they knew Zach Wilson wasn't in. Yep. Aaron Rodgers gets hurt the first possession of week 1. And you go back to Zach Wilson. And not only do you go back to Zach Wilson, you stay with him for how many weeks? For 11 weeks, you stay with him. Mm-hmm. And you watch Joshua Dobbs get traded from the Arizona Cardinals to the Minnesota Vikings and is helping them compete for the playoffs.
That bitch out there running around like Patrick Mahomes, bitch.
Yeah, like you as a Jets fan, you deserve better. Mm-hmm. You absolutely that Jets organization, that team has committed a crime against that fan base in
not even just Josh Dobbs. Like there were other guys out there. You could have got Carson Wentz.
You could have got Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, you could have got Baker. Like there were guys out there you could have gotten to help your team, and you're just like, no, Zach's our guy.
We're gonna it's Jets
are gonna Jets. That's all I
idiotic. And not to well, no, I'm gonna pile on New York football because not only that, but we all know how bad they might have won against the Commanders, but that's no big feat. Like we all know how bad the Giants are.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw an article today that I think a bunch of players were polled and asked what is the best stadium and the worst stadium, like the best and worst stadiums.
I did see this.
And FedEx Field was not number 1; it was number 2. Number 1 was MetLife Stadium.
As someone who's been there live,
they say that the turf is horrendous.
It's the
place
biggest
is a
shit
dump.
I've ever been to in my life.
Like this is I'm gonna admit, like I'm not gonna deny it. I love that New York football is a crap show right now.
Oh, it's great.
because I hate New York. So like I am so happy like right
I hope
now.
they draft Caleb Williams.
Yeah, that's
Well,
another
the
thing.
city of New
So
York, I just
how
That's not even New
hilarious.
York. That's New Jersey. That's New Jersey.
Yeah, that's just so how hilarious, right? And this goes for the Browns too. So this is a joint conversation with the Giants and the Browns. How hilarious is it going to be, or will it be, if the Giants, knowing that they're on the tag for Daniel Jones because of the stupid contract negotiations they had, and decide to sign him to a horrible, horrible contract, if they end up drafting Caleb Williams and they're stuck with Daniel Jones on their bench for $60 million, and you can't even trade him, you can't trade him to relieve someone of that contract because there's no team that is going to take on Daniel Jones' contract whatsoever. Whatsoever. So you are on the tag for $60 million.
Is not in that building.
Even if you have one of the top, even if it's Drake May, Caleb Williams, I don't care. You draft one of them, you still have $60 million against your cap. We said it. How horrible.
How do you explain that to your starting
crazy.
Quarterback?
It's crazy. And
how
then
do you look him in the eyes with a straight face and be like, "Yeah, so I know I just paid you like $40 million a year, but like I'm not playing you."
Yeah, and then
dude, if I'm Daniel Jones, I'm just chilling. Be like, okay, $40 million, do nothing.
And then look
chilling.
at it from the Browns to expand on the Browns' point of view. How hilarious would it be if DTR somehow outplays Deshaun Watson?
It's not
so
hard.
he is your better player, yet you paid all this money to Deshaun Watson, the second best QB on the roster.
And it's all
guaranteed. Would be so funny.
And it's
so
all guaranteed.
funny.
What's really going to happen is that Joe Flacco is going to come in towards the end. He's gonna send the Browns on like some magical run.
Because it's Joe Flacco.
Because once you get Joe in the playoffs, he's like Eli. Like something happens that the switch in his brain goes off, and he's like, "All right, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Let's go."
Dude, it's I will say the one thing about Massage Man is he had just started to turn the corner. I don't even remember the play. Like he finished the game.
Yeah.
I don't know how you finished the game and then Wednesday you're out for the year. Like what in the world?
Yeah.
But the one thing I will definitely agree with Brady on, I think the wide receivers have gotten better. I think the corners may have gotten slightly worse. I think it's because of the rules. I definitely 150% agree with Brady when he says the mediocre play at the quarterback position.
He would know.
100%.
Yeah.
Hey man, he would know.
It's
his last year.
Well, you even just look at like all the talent that like me and you, Pete, we grew up with, and like Chucks and Pete grew up with. Like after Brady retired, Manning retired, like all these great quarterbacks retired. Now, I mean, it's just like a handful of guys. You have your Patrick Mahomes, your Jalen Hurtses, your Justin Herberts. I mean, you can put him.
Joe Burrow.
Like you have a handful of guys, and like I don't want to be that guy, but like back in the day, there was quarterbacks everywhere. You had talented quarterbacks almost everywhere.
Fucking trees, bro.
Yeah,
and now I put it like this: do you think? How do I say this? Do you think the quarterback play has downgraded from what we knew it as due to athleticism and the athleticism at the quarterback and not trying to hone skills as a thrower, one, and then couple that with just the need for the college game and so much money in the college game to where these coaches now and the development isn't there because they can win in so many different ways.
Yes.
And
then look at the systems now that are being run. You're seeing a lot of QBs now. They don't make the traditional full field reads. Now, granted, if you're a coach, an NFL coach, why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you be incentivized to force your QB to go through the same type of system that they were doing back then, where you're making full field reads, you're calling the plays, you're seeing the whole field, when that's very difficult? if they can get production out of their QB by bringing in an offense where you're simplifying it, you're spreading it out, you're saying half field read. If this is 1 and 2 are there, that's where you're going. If not, take off.
Mm-hmm.
From an NFL coach standpoint, there is no incentive to go the other way. You're trying to win games, and if you have a QB who has a certain skill set, you're going to do what you can to put that QB in the best situation to succeed and help your team. So that is not at the fault of coaches. However, as a result, like you said, because of that trend, you're not getting the details from being a prolific passer. You're not, like Tom Brady said, you as a QB, you contribute. You're part of the reason why your players prevent injury, because you're throwing, your ball placement is at a certain place where you're protecting them. You're not getting them hurt. And they're learning those things, and that's very important. So it's unfortunate, but that is what we are seeing. We're seeing a more spread offensive, spread offense throughout the league.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way. Now, what I will say is I do think, because remember, the NFL is cyclical, but it's also ever evolving. We're seeing now, like we're starting to see the uptick of the run game, right? It's coming back. At some point, and whether it be 10, 20 years from now, I think you're going to see the trend. It's going to come back to where you're going to need a QB to be able to be elite from the pocket. So I think that's always, that's going to come back, but who knows when. It is what it is. I think he was spot on in everything he said.
Yeah, I agree.
And
Yep. I mean, like, you got Michael Penix Jr. out of Washington, who probably ultimately end up winning a Heisman, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think Washington's real. You know what I mean? They barely won the game against Oregon. Oregon State's a really good win. But, I mean, it's just different because you have to – what's up, Marcus Thomas, Pro Fan Talk, catch tomorrow night? No, 2 nights from now. No. Is he doing a show? What are you doing a show, Marcus? Obviously, I don't think you're doing a show.
Thanksgiving, I would doubt it.
So are you
back of dedication?
That's dope. But no, like I don't know, man. I like you have to do your research, and I think now you have to do your research more about who is what the makeup of the guy is up here.
Yeah.
And what their work ethic is, because you literally see these college offenses. They'll get to the line, get in formation, and all these bitches are like the storks from Finding Dory. They all look up and they look to the sideline and they waiting for directions, like a choir director, right?
Yeah.
But that's cool. But then you have to understand, like, but off the field, can they do other things? Right. That's what makes Jalen so good, is he's doing other things.
Well, you saw it last night when he called the audible for Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, man, it's different. It's difficult. So this is about to even get more difficult because we are going. PY's 5. I don't know where it's going.
We need to get me some theme music or something for when the PY5.
Make your own beatbox on your chest.
Make your own beats.
Dougie Fresh. PD Fresh, you ready? Let me clear my throat or something.
I don't want to be that guy, but you got time.
So what's up, boys? How about our 2
You got time to do it.
So Bill, Chuck's talked about this earlier. He definitely gave love to Roby and Byer. We don't win that game without him.
I can't carry a tune.
Don, you just got here and you finna head out.
Come on, Don. You don't want to stay for the best segment on A2D?
I'm finna head out.
I think that's on purpose. All right, I'm bringing it up.
That's because he knows a certain Detroitian is not going to be in the top 5.
Benny Hill music. Oh my god.
What is the top 5? Context, please.
It's back to QBs.
Okay. Of course it is.
I do deserve theme music. I am a national treasure. By the way,
third world country.
Impressed.
I would say a national treasure of a third world country.
Still a national treasure.
Still
Be a
counts.
national treasure of Zamunda, bitch, a country that don't exist.
Zamunda.
I would love to be a national treasure on Zamunda. That'd be great.
I'm SpongeBob. I'm out.
All right, go ahead, bro.
All right, I'm ready. You know what? Another fun week. Another full of surprises. Me and the board went back and forth on this one. Tommy Meatballs, man.
Tommy DeVito.
Yes, indeed.
DeVito.
Where did the meatballs? Because his parents like own an Italian spot.
They're
or something?
Italian.
Oh, they're like super Italian, and they live like 15 minutes from the stadium.
Oh my god.
His real father is probably Nick Sirianni.
Well, he's what do you call it? There was like an interview that he had. He's like,
still lives at
he's
home.
like,
with
he's
his
like, yeah, I
mom.
still live at home. He's like, I don't cook my own meals. My mom still cooks my meals for me. He's like, why do I need to live on my own? I'm like, oh, Jesus.
He's an Italian boy. He's supposed to live at home till he's 50 and never cook ever.
Yeah, exactly. He won't leave till he's 40.
So number 4, could it be time?
Oh, Lord.
Is it back? Is it time to get back into the kitchen? Is it time to let Russ cook?
That throw he had to Sutton against the Bills.
That was crazy.
Oh my god,
That was crazy. Yeah.
Look, man, there's the 10 toes challenge, and then there's the 2 pinky toe challenge, man.
You literally just made that up.
It doesn't take much to impress you, DY. So mean to me.
I'm actually not. I'm not too.
So far, so good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I just got this feeling, boy. Like
As always.
it's about to
Number
pull the
3.
rug out from underneath of us.
You know, and I'm actually happy he's on this list because he won't be here next week. Mr. Overrated himself, Mr. Interception Machine, Mr. Turnovers, Josh Allen.
Okay.
Okay.
That only because of the Shakira throw. That's it. That throw was amazing.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Jada Pinkett Smith. I think Josh Dobbs has more alopecia than she does.
Wow.
All right. I don't know. You can be saying that. I don't know. Yeah, we got to keep him on the bottom right now.
I'm being honest.
Hey, don't mean you can
Does
say
Josh
it.
Dobbs have eyebrows?
No, he doesn't have
No,
eyebrows.
he doesn't.
Jada does. That's what I mean.
Well, yeah, he got his eyebrows burnt off from the rocket fuel.
Oh, true. He is a rocket scientist. You're right.
Yes. Number 2.
You are correct.
Once again, he finally decided to play good again. Let's see if it continues. Obviously, they're probably having a big week in Iowa or wherever the hell they're doing over there. But Brock Purdy.
Okay.
Big week in Iowa. What?
You know, it's Thanksgiving. Urban places, small town places like Iowa have like big celebrations. I assume. I don't know. Sell hardware equipment. Or no, hot tubs. It's hot tubs, isn't it?
Bro, I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
What was the question?
Well, I thought that's what his parents sold. It was like hot tubs, right?
I don't know.
No, hot tubs.
Yeah, hot tubs.
I thought you said
hot dogs.
I thought you said hot dogs.
Yes, all right. Come on down to the hot dog store.
They sell. This is the craziest thing, right? This is to kind of piggyback off of that. They sell hot tubs in Arizona. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's already hot.
They're just saying dogs.
Hey, Pete, I'll give you the answer. White people.
Yeah,
white people.
Yeah, sounds about white.
That's as white as a cat. Get a hot tub and you're in Arizona. Are you nuts?
I mean, to be fair, my dad hops in the hot tub in like the dead of winter when it's snowing out. So
well, I would do
that too because
I would totally do that.
Dude, I hate the cold and I think he's nuts.
Yeah, but then you get in the hot tub, your head might be a little chilly, but it's all right. I'm fine with that. I can live with that.
You know, me and the board, we had to sit down and we had to go over everything. We had to look at the film twice. sometimes 3 times. But you know what? I feel good about this. I feel right. I feel on the side of truth, justice.
Get ready to end the stream, Chucks.
And the Philadelphian way. Jalen freaking Hurts.
Okay. Oh,
okay.
Who'd you think I was going with?
I had no idea.
You can't even if he wasn't as impressive stat wise, that's such a huge win, and the way he overcame a 10-point deficit, you can't. No one else can be number one but him.
Yeah,
I thought.
Okay,
I think this is your best list of the year so far.
I don't know. I think last week's is really good.
Sure.
I mean, you're doing all right.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible. I mean, Jordan Love probably could have been on this list over Tommy DeVito.
Yeah.
Oh, come on! I had to put him down there. That was impressive.
I wouldn't put Hurts on top.
No, I wouldn't put it.
You don't even deserve to be in the league, and you somehow win a game. That's impressive to me.
Over Tommy DeVito, yeah, it's Jared Goff could have made an argument to be on this list.
For what?
I mean,
he threw 4 interceptions.
He did, but at the same time, he brought his team back to win, right?
4 interceptions and a fumble. No, thank you.
Yo, that's stout Chicago defense, bitch.
What defense?
What was Lamar's game against the Bengals? After losing Mark Andrews.
Yeah,
that was a solid game.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't have Jalen Hurts. At least
Don said he threw 3 picks, bitch. Get it right.
Oh, I'm sorry. 3 picks and a fumble. My apologies.
3 picks and a fumble.
No fumble.
What was his QBR? 12.
He was the Uncle Eddie of the top 5 of anything list. PY is the as seen on TV, bitch, on the boxing ollies, bitch.
Have you ever seen Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins? Have you ever seen that?
Oh my god, that's such an odd reference.
You're the what do you call it? You're the creepy cousin. PY's the creepy cousin. PY's the creepy cousin.
Oh man,
I agree, Jamar.
I actually think I'm like Dwayne Wade from Different World, but that's all right.
Oh god,
did you gonna flip your glasses up and break your shit?
Yes, I did.
Too small. All right, man. Well, good list.
Yeah, not bad.
No Huddle.
Probably the best. Probably the best of the year.
I think last week.
Which is saying something because it was still pretty good. No,
not bad. I mean, we've definitely seen worse.
Yes.
Definitely seen worse. So
it was another great list presented by No Agenda Radio. I mean, they just did great work, man.
So I don't even want to get into the whole diatribe. I gotta go watch this. I gotta go watch some Nick Wright Humble Pie.
That was great. It was hilarious.
All right, so I got to check it out. But real quick, we'll go around Sunday at the link 425. Kelly Green. Is this the last game of Kelly Green?
Yeah. Yep.
Can they wear it for playoffs?
I'm sure they can. What do you call it? They'll have the option. I would think. Anyway,
I don't know if they can or cannot, but they will do it.
I don't think they'll do it.
Keep it short and sweet before we get a no huddle. Do we win Sunday?
Yes.
I agree. Now, especially with the injuries in the secondary now with Buffalo.
Now, what Chuck said a couple weeks ago, if we don't get a pick or some sort of turnover against Josh Allen, I will lose my mind.
I will lose my mind. I will not feel happy.
Have at least one. Like it doesn't have to be.
Look, he's gonna give you at least one. Okay, I will guarantee. I understand that it's every week is different, but he can't help it, man.
He can't.
Yeah.
Especially in a big game scenario.
Slay and Bradbury better be on the jugs machine this week. They better put some stickum on your gloves. I do not care. Better catch.
We'll just get a random Jordan Davis pick six, something that you think would never happen happens.
That'd be hilarious.
God. Rumble, big man, rumble.
Yeah,
I would empty out my savings to watch that. That
would be fun. That would be fun.
He's the size of a mountain.
He's huge.
That would be fun. He's huge.
Pause.
Pause. Yeah. So win.
I heard was climb a mountain. My ears literally just self-destructed, bitch. That was it.
I mean, it's the same thing. What is this?
Same
thing.
Todd says Rick's pick 6. I mean,
ooh, I'll take it.
God, I would definitely take it, but I don't know.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I think we win. I think the spread is pretty light for this game. I think Vegas is suspecting a letdown. Which, I mean, if you look at Sirianni's reaction walking through the tunnel, it takes a special kind of.
The probability they only gave us a 43% chance of winning, but they also predicted us to lose against the Cowboys, the Dolphins, and the Chiefs. So,
like, I don't know how magically now they think because they beat the Jets and they fired Ken Dorsey that it's just magically going to work.
Yeah, so
it is what it is. I think once again, if we beat ourselves, I am Gregory Rousseau. Von Miller still has to come back, or is he back?
No,
he's come back, but he doesn't. He's not Von Miller.
Yeah. So I mean, Ed Oliver. But once again, I think they lost a couple more safeties. Like on the back end, they are hurting.
They are. Yeah, it's not. It's the defense of the Bills that I think we take advantage of. I think the Bills' offense is going to have a good performance. So I think it's going to be like
Dalton Kincaid could be a problem.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He could be a problem. Stephon Diggs,
Gabe Davis.
Obviously, doesn't say.
Gabe Davis, Jake Bradbury should be able to.
No, I'm more so worried about like Shakir can make one big play. Like, he's good. So like if we're not careful, Shakir can rip off one huge play on us. So gotta keep an eye on that. Again, like I said, I think their offense is going to do fairly well against us. It's not. This is a better offense than the Chiefs' offense right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's not saying
but
much.
Josh Allen's he's going to give the ball to you. He's going to leave you some extra.
Exactly. So,
just got to make them count.
But I think we will be able to take advantage of their defense. Their defense is banged up. It's insane. Like, it's unfortunate because you hate to see like good players get hurt, but like they've lost so many good players. It's really sad.
In true seasons of giving, Josh Allen will show you what he is thankful for with some nice apple turnovers.
Is what he's thankful for. Kate Bishop.
Yes, that'd be something to be thankful for.
That is, yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Are they still dating?
I believe so.
Oh, nice.
I mean,
good stuff.
I would literally. Lucky man, just say that.
And but here's the one thing I will say, right? And is the trap game portion of it, I think a little bit comes out the window because when they put the tape on from last night, at some point, if they do it tomorrow, there's things that still need to be cleaned up. Like that's like Jalen should not have had that much. Like there was plays where Lane was getting beat. I think Chris Jones, he had 2 sacks back to back. Like two snaps in a row.
Yeah, he had 2 sacks on the same drive. It was ridiculous.
Yes, Jamar, Kate Bishop from Hawkeye. So,
or Dickinson if you go there.
Anything for No Huddle?
I am so happy because, ladies and gentlemen, it's happened. Dave Filoni is now overseeing our creative control of Star Wars projects.
Mm-hmm.
Of who?
Of all the Star Wars projects.
Okay.
He has creative control.
I mean, he still has to go directly to Kathleen Kennedy, but
Kathleen Kennedy is like she oversees. She's in charge of like everything.
She's
but in terms of like creative projects, like it's him. Like he's the one. Like the analogy here would be like Kathleen Kennedy is like the owner who's overseeing everything, while Dave Filoni is like the GM. He's the one.
But it's some sort of direction.
Yes, because like what it was before is like he'd be kind of like a consultant. You know what I mean? Like, they bring it in, get his input, but like that'd be after the fact. Yeah. But now he gets to be there to make decisions from the get go.
It was like it sounds like mid 2000s Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Very similar. Yep. So I am so happy. That is amazing news for Star Wars moving forward.
Speaking of nerdy things, More great things happening for Superman Legacy. I get more excited about this movie each and every day. More casting news. They cast
what's his face got was casted as Lex.
Nicholas Hoult is Lex. They cast Eve Tessmacher's character. They cast Jimmy Olsen, which is awesome. Like I'm very curious to see who else is moving forward.
Yeah. Who's playing Jimmy Olsen?
The dude from Righteous Gems. I don't really know his name, but he had been fan casted for a while. But I'm like it looks good.
And when's the release date on the movie?
I think it's like 2025.
Nice.
And then they also announced that they finally picked a script for Supergirl, and they're going to start finding a director for that soon. So I'm like it's just really exciting to see what's happening with DC.
And this is all under Gunn too, right? He's overseeing everything.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
I also love that.
Who's Superman again?
I forget his name.
David Corzin West.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
So they posted a picture of what he looked like recently, and he looks like a shit brick house. Like he looks like ginormous. It's ridiculous.
Okay. Superman doesn't matter. Bad image. Listen, I will say this: if you guys already aren't on the show, Invincible is back, season 2.
So good.
You're not getting a new Batman until
did all the episodes release?
No, not yet.
They're an hour long. That's the crazy part.
Each episode's an hour long. It's
like 50 minutes long.
So
I'm still waiting. I'm waiting to binge.
Well, I mean, considering Amazon cancel like all their shows right now, I'm happy Invincible is still on there.
Invincible is like one of their most popular.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like they're weird.
They have some weird shows. I will say.
Well, no, I mean like one of their shows can be really popular and they'll still cancel it. And well, like Netflix just did that with Shadow and Bones, and you're just like, what are you doing?
Oh, that's Netflix.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of Netflix, I know no one here is going to be able to relate, but I am back addicted to K-dramas, and I cannot stop.
Who?
K-dramas.
K-dramas?
Yeah, I cannot stop.
I don't see it, but good for you.
He's going to bathe.
Chucks is a big K-drama guy.
Well, I'm a soap opera guy, so I get it.
Like in terms of like Mary and I, like at this point we might be adopted by Korea. Like we're big on K-pop, right? Huge on K-pop, and then the Korean food.
I was gonna say you get Korean food all the time.
My God,
my aunt's Korean. You can go over to her house for Thanksgiving.
Sure, I will. Like have her adopt me. We'll be adopted.
Adopt me.
It's a 36-year-old man saying, "Have her adopt me."
You don't want that. You do not want that.
So we just finished this one of the newer K-dramas called Duna, and I am all sorts of fucked up over it. Like it is gut wrenching. It's heartbreaking. It's like I am like scarred for life over this show's ending, and like I'm looking for any ounce of like happiness that I can find, and it sucks. And I'm like, you should see you should see my Instagram algorithm. All the suggested reels are from this damn show because I cannot get them. Like I can't. Yeah, I'm all sorts of messed up. But K-dramas.
What is it called?
Duna, Doona. Yeah. I am. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out trying to find out another.
These characters look like they ain't gonna make it through the season.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, and like my new top girl, Han So-hee. I'm watching all of her stuff, and she's got a new series coming out next month. And I am so excited. It's so if you've seen the new, no one has seen the new Marvels movie, but the new Marvels movie, there's a Korean actor in there. He's
great in that.
Yes, he's one of the biggest Korean actors right now. So the series next month, it has him and my girl in it next month. So
yeah, I liked him. I'm very excited. He was a lot of fun.
Oh, Park Seo-joon is awesome actor. So yeah, I'm hooked on, like, if you, again, no one knows what I'm talking about right now, but if you're willing to give K-dramas a try, you'll see, like, and it's not just about like romance dramas, like they have legit like action movies and series that are insane. Like the first series I watched with my girl in it, It was actually an action series called My Name. It is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So, like, if you don't want to go action movie route, they have like horror, they have thriller, they have they have action, they have all types of genres on there. But like, honestly, Koreans just do it better. Like they just their K drama, their series and the movies, the quality is just better. And their K-pop, their music is better than our pop. All right, it is. Like, my God. You see, I could go on for forever with this because
yes, but
pop. I'm saying pop.
Need to give.
I'm saying pop. I'm saying pop. Yeah. I'm not saying hip hop. I'm saying pop because
their songs are very fucking catchy.
You see, like that. If you see, like, okay, like like the whole thing before was like, oh, NSYNC's making a comeback and everything like that, right? So like, you guys know I'm a dancer, right? So I like dancing. I'm very influenced by that. Mm-hmm. So if you see K-pop and their artists dance, it is on a whole other level than what.
Don't they put these kids to like academies and shit?
Yes, and a lot of the dancers that I have followed and trained under and know about, like the choreographers and dancers from California, a lot of them are choreographers for K-pop in that industry, and you can see it. Like their dancing is a whole nother level. You watch, like, I was a big NSYNC fan when I was a kid, but if you watch like NSYNC dancing and everything like that, that is like child's play to what K-pop artists is. Yeah.
Bro,
yes.
Probably like, if I want to go, I could be 20 years younger right now. Mom, we're moving to Korea.
Oh my God, it's awesome there. Yeah, we want a vacation there to Korea one day. So, yeah, we're obsessed over everything Korea right now. Everything Korean. Yeah.
So, while Chucks is thankful for all his Korean K-pop and dramas, I just want to take a minute on behalf of all four of us to say we thank you to all who check in with us every week. You guys really lift our spirits up. As Eileen said earlier, we were yawning a little bit. We do this late after work all day, have our own families, have our own things to do. But we do it because of y'all, man. I mean, we get some stuff off our chest, but you guys keep us going. But yeah, man, I heard of a show. My name, got to check it out. You're the second person I heard it. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. We are a safe space for all sports nerds related, anything else, and a couple pause comments every week. But from our family to yours over A2D, thank you. We're thankful for you. Thank you for checking in. Have a good, safe Thanksgiving. Party safely tomorrow. Enjoy your turkey. We'll be back with you guys next week on Tuesday. Peace.
Peace.